Hello and welcome to another Penguin Palace video. I'm Sharon, I'm the owner of Penguin Palace, and today I have for you an intro video to two standalone die sets from our spring release. So the one on the left is called the Twist and Pop Surprise, and the other one we named it I Made You a Cake. So I'll be doing two examples in this video. This card right here, I created it using the Aloha Hawaii stamp set, which is also from our new release. So this interactive die creates a pop-up effect, yet it lays flat for mailing and it fits perfectly into a 6" by 6" envelope. And as you can see in this art example, the I Made You a Cake die set also coordinates with this interactive die set. So let's take a look at the interactive die more closely. You have the base piece and you get this cut line and a score line across the middle. You also get this covering panel to decorate the base of your card. And these two frames here form your Polaroid panels. And with that, you can die cut the backer piece and also the front piece with the window in it. And finally, you get the sentiment tabs that can be stacked together. So this card is super easy to put together. So you take the base and you fold along the score line just like that. And the slit in the middle enables the twisting motion. And then you'll take the covering panel die cut and cut out two pieces. And after you've twisted the card, you will adhere the covering panel onto both sides. So just make sure that you twist the card base before you try to adhere the covering panels on. Otherwise, one of the panels is not going to fit. So next, I'm going to take my sentiment tab and attach it onto the left-hand side so that it bridges that gap, and it also looks like that it is connected at both ends. Then I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So now onto the Polaroid panel. There is the backing panel and also there is the panel with the window. You're simply going to adhere them together. Then you simply take your panel and adhere that onto the little tab of your base. And that completes the structure of your card. So as I mentioned, you just lay it flat for mailing, and as you twist it, it'll pop right up. And if you wanted to glue the two pieces of sentiment tabs down on both ends, that would work as well. So you just push it flat to mail it and have it pop back up. So now let's get on to our two examples. For the first example, I used the Aloha Hawaii stamp set, and off camera I colored a bunch of images using Copics and then die cut them using the coordinating dies. And I should also mention that in this new release, we are launching a brand new collection of heavyweight cardstock, and I promise you're gonna love all of the beautiful colors that we have. So for my card base, I'm using our new color, and that is called the Lavender Field. I then die cut two pieces of the covering panels using also one of the new colored cardstock, and this is called Apple Green. Then I also cut out two pairs of the Polaroid panels with our heavyweight smooth bright white cardstock. So I actually cut out two pairs of the Polaroid panels because I wanted to decorate both sides of my card, but actually you could get away with just using one panel. Then I took my two panels and made two small backgrounds. On one of the panels I used seedless preserve, wild honey, and spice marmalade. And with my other panel I used wilted violet, picked raspberry, and spun sugar. Then I splattered some paint on all of my backgrounds to give them a little bit more interest. Then I stamped out two sentiments from the same stamp set. It says I love you and Aloha shall we dance, and I'm just gonna stack those onto the larger sentiment tabs and basically just put all the pieces together. So with this pop-up mechanism and the picture frames, you can actually do all sorts of scenes for different occasions. Sometimes you might want to switch out the frames and use something else. And in my second example, I'm going to use the cake die instead of the Polaroid frame. So again, I'm just taking one of the sentiment tabs and gluing down the left-hand side, and do the same on the other side. Then I added a couple more images onto the card base, and that completes my card. Again, you could glue down both ends of the sentiment tabs, then you just push down the middle panel and then put it in your envelope and then have it pop back up. Of course, you can leave it just like that, and as you twist it, your panel pops up. So let's get to our next example. I have here the I Made You a Cake die set. So this die, it's super simple to put together. You have your cake base and you have a couple of the icing die for your cake, and also some candles and a couple of dies for the flames. So here in this example, you can see a glimpse of our brand new collection of cardstock from our new release. And I will be doing a quick video on these shortly. These are all 100-pound heavyweight cardstock, and there are some really cool colors which I know you're gonna love. So I cut out the cake base using vintage beetle and the icing with citrus cooler, and the candle using apple green, and the flames using both the pumpkin field and also the citrus cooler cardstock. Since I wanted the recipient to be able to see the decorated cake from both sides of my card, I therefore made two of the exact same piece, and I will adhere one to each side of my pop-up tab. So for my sentiments, I will be using the Happy Birthday and It's Your Day from the It's Your Day stamp set. So for my card base, I'm using a very bright magenta color, and this is called Fashion Week from our latest collection. And for the covering panels, I cut out two pieces of pattern paper and simply just put them all together just like in my first example. So next I'm going to take the assembled cake piece and tape it down onto one side of the pop-up tab, and as you can see, it fits perfectly to the width of the tab. So next I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Of course, you do not have to decorate both sides, but I think that it looks more polished and complete if you do this. So next I took the sentiment tabs and adhere them just on the left hand side. So this pop-up card lays flat for mailing, and it fits perfectly into a 6 by 6 inch envelope. the recipient takes it out, he or she just flips it and then your panel pops right up. And as I mentioned, you could always glue down both ends of the sentiment tab and just push down the middle part and just slip it in the envelope like that and have it pop back up. So either way is fine. So I really hope you enjoyed today's intro on these two standalone die sets. Please leave us a message. I'd love to know what you think of these, and I can't wait to see your creations. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.